Back to the high school sports page one more time, brought to you by the Burns Insurance Group. Some great people. Give them a call for a quote. You'll be glad you did. We'll take a look at the 3A poll. CPA dropped its first game, of the season to Ensworth last week. That drops the Lions to number 3 in my poll and elevates Alcoa and Liberty Tech to the first 2 slots. CAK, a big winner at DCA. I saw that game, goes to number 4, and Elizabethton joins the group at number 5.
Mid-State CPA still number 1, even though they lost to Ensworth. How about Sequatchie County up to number 2 after they shut out Bledsoe County? Then Stratford drops to 3 after losing to Marshall County. Fairview's Yellow Jackets are up to number 4 now, following a 49-14 win over Hickman County. That's their 3rd in a row, by the way. And Macon County appears at number 5 after defeating DeKalb County 42-7.
In 4A, only minor changes here. Fulton, Marshall County, and Stone Memorial, all impressive winners last week. They remain at 1, 2, and 4, respectively. Greenville had an open date, but holds on to the number 3 slot with Page's tough loss to BGA. The Tigers of Hardin County in West Tennessee, undefeated at 5-0, are the newest team to join my ranking in 4A. They take the number 5 slot.
Mid-State, Marshall County, and Lipscomb Academy stay 1 and 2 after convincing wins, and I've got Page at number 3 following a tough overtime loss to BGA. Clarksville Northwest is a new number 4 after they beat Harpeth last week, and Springfield drops to number 5 following that loss 36-20 to Beach High School.
And as promised, Bill Whittemore, the head coach at Franklin Road Academy, our special guest in our final coaching segment this evening. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thanks, gentlemen.
You're one of a handful of coaches out there that I was privileged to see play at the high school level at Brentwood under Coach Jack Daniels. Had a great career there. Started at UT Martin and then wound up at Kansas. Played well for the Jayhawks, and then came back to Middle Tennessee to start doing some coaching. At what point during all of that did you think, I might want to be a high school football coach?
Great question. I struggle with that one, and to be honest, I don't know if I thought about it much. I kind of just ran through the process and wanted to play as long as I could. And I came back here and played arena ball for the Nashville Cats for a year, and when I did that, I helped out with Ron Crawford at Brentwood and kind of got my first taste of high school football. So I'd say probably around that time, but leading up to then, I don't know if it was stupidity, but I didn't think about my future too much. I just tried to
well, 21 or 22, a lot of people don't.
That's right. That's right.
Bill, the coaches in your league picked, before the season, picked Franklin Road Academy to finish on the heels of BGA. But did you think you'd be, at this point, undefeated after 6 games during this point of the season?
I can't say that I did. I mean, we had a great group coming back. We graduated 11 out of 31 last year on our team, so we had a lot of holes to fill. But have some guys that were returning that have been on the field for 3 and 4 years, have played for 4 years now for us as seniors, and that's kind of the perk of being at a school with a team our size. There's a lot of experience on our team, and so they filled those shoes well, and I can't say that I was expecting us to be 6-0 by any means when we had struggled through DCA over some years, and playing Friendship the past couple of years had struggled, and so thankful for that, and proud of our guys for where we're at.
Coach, I did a little homework trying to figure out a little bit more about FRA. I'll be perfectly honest, I really haven't paid a whole lot of attention to FRA, but when you try and keep up with 300 football teams, somebody's got to be high on the list and somebody's got to be low. But I noticed some interesting stats. Your quarterback, Spencer Jones, despite the fact that you're averaging over 40 points a game, he's thrown for an average of less than 100 yards a game. Your leading rusher, Sam Harvin, averages just 88 yards of offense a game. No less than 6 running backs have rushed for 90 or more yards this season. You don't rely on one play. It sounds like by committee or a total team effort as far as your offense goes.
Right. Well, let me start by saying I don't know how you do it either. You do a great job in what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing. That's kind of what we're preaching, even in the locker room. It's definitely our offensive philosophy, but we try to tell our kids that it's not about themselves, and committed to a cause greater than themselves, and that their identity is not in the scoreboard nor on the stat sheet, and they bought into it, and they play that way. I mean, again, in our style of offense, you got to block good in order for the hole to be open when you run, and so that kind of works both ways. And for us, and our guys are doing a great job at it. They believe in what we're doing. They're playing super hard, and we got some talent. We got multiple kids that can play football, from quarterback to receiver to running back to up front line. And so we're able to do multiple things and not be dictated on trying to get one person the ball.
And Coach, defensively, let's look on that side of the ball. You've had 8 interceptions or 8 picks this season so far, recovered 5 fumbles, and more than 24 players, and I didn't know this till Murphy told me, more than 24 players have registered tackles according to your stat sheet in your first 6 games. I think we would all agree that's balance as well, and that's teamwork.
Yes, sir. We're very proud of that. Very proud of the way, again, our guys play unselfish. We're playing fast, and we're getting to the football. And there's been a few games where we've been able to get a lot of people in to probably water down that stat a little bit. But our guys are playing sound football, playing fundamental football. They're playing the important role of whatever it is that we teach them to do, and do your job. We tell them that all the time: is take care of your business, do your job, and trust in your brother.
Obviously, you've got the rest of your schedule remaining, some 5 games. Ezel Harding this week, of course, but then looking down the road, Lipscomb Academy, Davidson Academy, and BGA. So the road doesn't get any. The meat and potatoes of the schedule is what I'm trying to say is in front of you. You would think
it is, for sure. We got a tough road ahead, and our guys are excited about it. We're excited where we're at. We're healthy for the most part, and again, we have a culture, have a group of seniors that are leading in the way you'd want them to lead. We talk often about, we spend on Mondays, we take 30 minutes out of practice to talk through manhood stuff. And it's kind of Joe Ehrman meets authentic manhood meets John Eldridge Watt at Heart, and Scott Heron from Nashville Coaches Coalition kind of heads that up for us and organizes that. And we met prior to the season and talked about what do we want our guys to hear leaving FRA. How can we make them better men? And we've poured into that, and they've responded well, and it's changed a lot of our culture in our locker room, in our hallways, and our school believes in a similar mission of others before yourself. And so it's been really neat to watch this community come together, and looking forward to what's next.
I know Scott, and he's direct from the heart. What you hear is what you get.
Yes, sir.
And you've got a good one there. We mentioned your high school coach, Jack Daniel, a little while ago. When you were the quarterback there, he brought something to the program that nobody heard of much around here, called the spread. It's kind of a common thing. Everybody wants to run the spread now, but he had a good guy that could sling it, that being you. How much does your relationship with Jack had to do with where you are today, and what kind of a mentor was he when you were 16, 17 years old?
I still keep in touch with Jack today. For sure, he's a great man. Taught me a ton. Still bounce questions off of him when I have them. But his approach to the game, his approach to the person, I think helped me recognize what it was about. And his demeanor in that, and he's a laid-back guy. I'm kind of a laid-back guy, and so I got to stand back and watch him from afar and watch him approach his coaching style. And I've gotten to see a bunch of different coaching styles over the years, and bouncing around the different schools. And his demeanor rings true in that I love the way he approached it, and I felt like he had guys want to play for him and enjoy the game of football. I think we get caught up in it sometimes, and he did a great job of understanding that and walking that line.
It's homecoming week. That's every coach's nightmare, it seems like. And although Ezel's struggling a little bit, you can't overlook the Eagles they bring up a pretty dangerous component to the game this Friday night.
They do. They've changed some stuff. Coach Campbell's doing a good job over there trying to rebuild that program, and they've always had a few guys that can go, and they have that again this year. And he's doing some things that tries to put them in positions to make plays. And so, for us, it's just treated as another game. It's the cliche, and that's something that our guys got to continue to talk about. We haven't been in this situation since I've been at FRA, and so it's a constant discussion to take each day at a time and get better each week. And our opponent again is not necessarily the opponent, but it's ourselves, and trying to get better at what we do and getting better individually, and hopefully that translates into wins. But we want to love each other well and celebrate each other well and enjoy doing it.
Bill, you mentioned all the things that make the game of high school football so special in my mind, and I knew those things were going to be coming from you, but it's great to hear them from a young guy like you who's got a lot of years left on the sideline and a lot of lives to influence during that time. I know you're going to do a great job.
Well, I appreciate it. I've was definitely rough around the edges starting and not fully understanding. It's been a learning experience, and have enjoyed my time at Franklin Road Academy. I can't imagine a better place to cut my teeth, and hope to be there a long time and influence a lot of people.
They're lucky to have you. You're lucky to have them. Great marriage there, I think.
Thank you.
By the way, congratulations. Another baby in the Whittemore household a couple of months ago.
That's right. We got an 8-week-old daughter, and it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm thankful to have.
She's wrapping you around her finger right now.
She's had it for sure. Just thankful to have a wonderful bride that can deal with me as well. It's a tough time currently, but we're blessed and in a great spot.
They're telling me we got to take a break, so we better do it. Good luck Friday night. We're glad to have you here. We're going to look at CPA Ensworth highlights and be back with the 5A and 6A polls right after this.